Hey guys! So today I wanted to come on and talk to you about how you can get your husband to help you have a way better pregnancy. So if you're pregnant right now and you're watching this, you know for yourself that pregnancy is no walk in the park. You know that it's so hard physically as your body's changing, and emotionally and hormonally. What's going on hormonally when you're pregnant and postpartum is just absolutely insane. And nobody can understand what that feels like unless they go through it. Not your husband, not a friend, nobody can really understand unless they go through it. Now, before I got pregnant, I had a ton of friends getting pregnant. Most of my friends had babies before I did. And to be honest with you, I was a little bit horrified because they told me so many stories about how they were arguing with their husbands, how one friend told me she couldn't even stand her husband. She couldn't smell him, she couldn't look at him, just everything he did and said annoyed her. I had another friend who was really upset her whole pregnancy because she said that she felt like her husband didn't find her attractive. She would say often that he didn't even look at her, and it just made her feel so down on herself. I had so many friends that would say that they pretty much argued with their husbands the entire pregnancy, and I was really bummed. If there's something that I've always tried to work on is my marriage. Since the day that I said my vows to my husband, I promised God that I would do everything possible to have a really great marriage. So when I'm listening to all of my friends go through this, I was really scared. I was nervous. I thought that pregnancy was supposed to bring my husband and I closer together. I thought it would strengthen our marriage and a bond, not tear us apart like I was seeing was happening between my friends and their husbands. So as soon as I got pregnant, being the type A person that I am, plan everything, make a strategic plan for everything, I decided to kind of plan out some things that I could do to help my husband help me during pregnancy, because I knew that what I was going to go through was going to be really hard. I wanted to be at my best even though I was pregnant, and I wanted to position him in a way to help me have a good pregnancy so that we could come together and grow together and strengthen our marriage and our bond during this really important and supposed to be great time. So before I start that, I just want to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know me, I am Michelle Marie. I am the creator of the Fit Mom to Be Pregnancy Workout Program and the BBAPP, the Better Body After Pregnancy Program. I have been working with pregnant women and moms for almost 20 years, and it's really just my passion to help women go through all these different stages of their lives in the best way, in the most balanced way, in an enjoyable way, and in an easy way. So if you have done one of my programs, hi, I'm so glad. Make sure to let me know here in the comments. But so I took some notes in my little journal because I wanted to make sure that I don't miss any of these tips and these things that I used myself. I really used all of these myself to help my husband help me have a better pregnancy. Because if you want pregnancy to bring you and your husband closer together, you're going to have to do these things and take them seriously. Because if not, pregnancy is so tough that it could really bring strain to your marriage, and that's not good. Plus, it's going to make you be just miserable during pregnancy. It's going to make it that much harder. Okay, so here's the first thing I did. I said, I just got to be honest with him. I got to be straight up. So I knew that one of the biggest things for me was going to be how I felt about myself. I knew that the changes to my body were going to be really hard on me. I've been a fitness and health expert for almost, by then, 15 years, and I knew that it would be really hard to see my body change, and I knew that I wouldn't feel good about myself, and I knew that I would need him to be a little more supportive, a little more encouraging, a little more flattering, so that I could feel a little better about myself. I had already seen plenty of husbands look at their wives a certain way, or friends of mine tell me that their husbands didn't look at them. So I already knew, just from experience and what friends had told me, that would not make me feel good. I knew that would put me down and bring me down. So I was straight up with him. I sat down with him and I said, listen, I know that this is going to be really hard on me. I know that seeing my body change and my hips grow and my belly grow and, you know, everything transform is going to be really hard on me. And if you could just be a little bit more sensitive during the next few months and maybe a little more flattering, I think it could really help me feel better about myself during this time where my body's changing so drastically. And guess what? He did. He would always tell me how good I looked. I mean, at this point, or at that point, I didn't even care if it was true. But just the fact that he was telling me made me feel better. So, you know, every time we'd go out at night, he'd tell me I look great. He would even tell me I look sexy, it was so great. It was such a great feeling, and it made me feel so good. He would even end up saying things like, you know, he didn't want me to wear, like, he hates like those like long maxi dresses. He always wanted me to wear like short shorts and tight dresses and tight tops and heels and wedges. So, you know, because he said those things that made me feel better, I wore them more, and it made me feel better. It made me feel sexier, and it really helped the whole experience a lot more because I knew my husband still found me attractive. And you're really, you know, sensitive when you're pregnant, and you're hormonal and you're emotional, and it's just really hard. So just being honest with him and telling him, you know, that you would really appreciate some encouragement and some flattery during these next few months because you're not feeling good about yourself would really help you. Seriously. Just I know it may be a little bit weird to say that to your husband. I don't know how long you've been with him. For me, already been with my husband for like 15 years. So, you know, it's kind of easier to have that talk, but regardless, just have that talk. You'll be so happy that you did. The next thing I did was, oh my gosh, okay, this is huge. Already, I'm the type of person that I get hangry. Like, if I'm hungry, watch out. I'm usually a really nice person, but when I'm hungry, I am not a nice person at all. And when you're pregnant and you're hungry, it like hurts. Like, I would tell my husband, when I'm hungry right now, it's painful. It hurts. And I became like, I don't know, a monster. I was so nasty and so mean and so rude when I was pregnant and hungry. So knowing that, I just had a talk with him. One day when I realized that this was happening to me, I said to him, listen, you know already, because we've been together for a while, that when I'm hungry, I get cranky. Well, multiply that times like 5,000, because that's how I'm feeling when I'm hungry. So if you see that I'm hungry, I tell you that I'm hungry, you need to feed me quickly. Like, we can't go to a restaurant where I need to wait for an hour. You can't go get the mail and wash the car and finish watching your football game. You need to find food for me ASAP, because if not, I'm going to become nasty. Or I would just tell him, if you know that I'm hungry and cranky, and I am nasty, and I am rude, and you know that's not really me. You know what I'm going through. So just give me a hall pass. Like, please just understand that right now it's like an out-of-body experience, and just be patient with me. Okay? So you're basically asking for a hall pass. Understanding. So for me, it was hungry. You know, that really impacted me because it made me like transform into a bad person. But for you, it may be something else, but maybe you could also have that talk and say, listen, you know, maybe you're just cranky all the time, or maybe you're cranky at nights because you're tired, or in the mornings when you wake up. I don't know what you're going through specifically, but maybe you can have that talk with your husband and say, listen, I kind of just need for the next few months you to give me a little bit of a hall pass at night when you see that I'm tired, and if I'm nasty to you, just don't take it personal. You know that I love you, and I'm sorry from beforehand. Just please give me a hall pass and understand that I'm just going through a lot, okay? That was like life changing. Like, first of all, if he saw that I was hungry, I mean, that man found me food somehow ASAP. And if he didn't, if I was nasty, he really just did give me a break. And it prevented so many arguments. It was unbelievable. So do it, because it will help. The next thing is, oh, this is huge. Okay, so when I was tired, because I was tired often, and if you're pregnant right now, you probably understand that tiredness, it's like not normal. It's like you feel like literally you have like a truck ran over your body. It's the most overwhelming feeling. So you're tired, and that makes you cranky, and you're hormonal, and you're emotional, and it's just a mess. And there is no way in double heck that your husband can even come close to understanding how you feel. He never will. Never. Because only women who experience pregnancy understand what that feels like. So don't expect him to just know what you want him to do. Don't expect him to just know what to say or what to do to help you or how to support you. He's a man. He thinks differently than you. You have to communicate to him. So this is the kind of things that I would do. Like, you know, if you're tired one day and you need help making the bed, like, don't get mad at him for not helping you. If you haven't told him, tell him. Say, honey, you know, it would really help me so much, and it would really make me so happy if you could help me make the beds in the mornings, because, you know, with my belly growing, my back is really hurting, and it takes me forever to do, and I've got pain, and it's just, I feel like I need to sit down for like 20 minutes after that. It cuts my day. Just, could you please, like, it would really mean so much to me if you could help me make the bed. And you know what? Most of the time, like 99% of the times, they're happy to help. They just don't know how. They don't even know that they can help you. So it's so important for you to communicate and tell him. Like, if you need help, like, I hate the dishwasher, pregnant or not. I hate unloading the dishwasher. But when I was pregnant, it just bothered me more, like bending over with the belly and coming up and putting things away. It was uncomfortable. I hated it even more. So I just told him, honey, you know, if you could please help me whenever you see that the stuff in the dishwasher is clean, if you could please put it away for me, it would help me so much, and it would make me so much happy. It would make me so happy, and it would just be a huge help because it really just doesn't feel good. And he was happy to do it. He was happy to help me because guess what? That was one less thing to fight about. It was one less thing for me to get angry about and resentful about, and just one more thing for me to stop complaining about. And they, our hubbies, are so much happier when we don't complain as much, when we're not nagging as much, when we're not, you know, just in a bad mood. And most women during pregnancy tend to just use pregnancy as an excuse to be crabby. And you don't need to be. And if you can position him in a way to help you, they will. So tell him, you know, maybe it's like it's the registry. Maybe you want him to go to the registry with you and you want him to be a part of that. Don't expect him to volunteer. Don't expect him to be like, hey honey, when is our registration? When are we doing the registry for the baby? Because I would really love to do that. I would love to go to like Bye Bye Baby or Babies R Us for like 3 hours and walk around every aisle and pick out all the baby things that I have no idea what they are or what they're for. Like, most guys are not gonna wanna do that. But I'm sure if you tell him it's important to you and you want him to be a part of it, he'll do it. But don't go get angry with him and resentful that he doesn't go with you. Communicate. Tell him all those things that you expect from him. How can he help you be less tired? How can he help you get things done around the house, or if you have other kids? Let him know. Don't expect him to just do it, because they just don't function that way. And by you communicating with him during this time that you are not at your best, that you are not yourself, that you're tired and hormonal and all those other things, if you are really good at communicating, it will help him help you, and you will fight a lot less. And if you do, you feel better about yourself, you won't feel guilty, you won't feel like it's a strain on your marriage, and you'll just be able to enjoy your pregnancy so much more. The next thing, this one's a hard one. Now, this one is don't nag and complain all the time. Husbands hate that. I can't tell you how many times we were out with other friends, girls that were pregnant, and all they did was, like, you know, not want to be out and not want to be social and complain and nag about everything and how they felt, and all they felt like they did all the time was complain and nag. And I would hear it myself from my husband and from his friends, how they would talk about those wives when they were pregnant, about how it was just like they didn't want to have them around. Like, they would just rather go have a boys' night than be out and do something fun with their wives, because they were always nagging and complaining. And when I saw that before I was pregnant, I was like, oh, I don't want to do that. I don't want to be that girl. I don't want to be that wife that my husband's going to be talking about me behind my back with all his friends, and they're going to be bashing me about how all I do is complain and nag. I'm such a pain in the butt and nobody wants to be around me. Like, I don't want to do that. So I really tried my very, very best to not nag, to not complain, to, like, even if I was tired and not feeling good, to just put on a cute outfit and, you know, try and change my attitude and go out and be social with my husband and friends and just make the best out of it. And it really helped. It helped my relationship with my husband. It helps my pregnancy go by better. And it was just so much better. So I know that it's hard because I know that you're probably not feeling good. You may even feel nauseous all day. You may be super tired. You may be feeling terrible about all the changes in your body and your emotional hormone. I know that it's so hard. I'm not trying to discredit that, and I'm not trying to insult you or make you feel bad if you are that girl, if you're like, oh my gosh, that's me, that I do nag, I do complain. Like, listen, I'm not here to judge you. I'm just saying I've heard what they say, I've heard how they talk, and I made a conscious effort to do the opposite, and it worked. And I think it can work for you. So don't be down on yourself. Don't get upset at yourself. I'm not trying to judge you. I'm just saying, just make a conscious effort to not be naggy and to not complain all the time and to try to change your attitude. It's a choice. You can change your attitude. You can, instead of going, oh, I have to go there and I have to wear this and I'm gonna look terrible and everybody else looks good and I don't wanna get home late. Like, just don't even think about all those things. Just put on a cute outfit, as cute as it could be when you're pregnant. Just put some accessories on, put some wedges on, go out with your husband and just try and be fun. Because then he'll be proud of you. He'll be like, oh, that's my wife and she's out here with all of us, you know, hanging out, and she's still fun and she looks great. And it's such a great feeling when you know that your husband's proud of you and when you're going through this and he knows how hard it is. And it'll help you so much. Please don't use pregnancy as an excuse to be a bitch. There's no need for it to be. I know, I've been through pregnancy twice. I know how hard it is. And I know that you feel bitchy often. But like I said, it's a choice to change your attitude and to communicate with your husband as to what he can do to help you have a better experience. So I hope that you will take these tips and that you will apply them. They were life-changing for me during pregnancy, both of my pregnancies, and I hope they will for you. So that is all. I will talk to you soon. If you are not currently doing what I always talk about, exercise and nutrition when you're pregnant, because it's life-changing during pregnancy. Just not only physically, because it will help you gain less weight and it will help you slow your weight gain and it will make you have less aches and pains, but just emotionally, the hormones that you release when you exercise just make you feel better all around and put you in a better mood. So if you're in my Fit Mom to Be workout program, I'm so excited, and hopefully you're in our private Facebook community, which is amazing. And if you're not, I just want to encourage you to try it. I will put the link here somewhere in the comments, so look for that. Or in the comments, just write link and I will personally send that to you. It would be an honor for me to be your coach during your pregnancy. That's what I do, is help pregnant women and postpartum women and moms be able to be healthy and fit and balanced without being obsessive and hate stepping on the scale, and I love food, so I just like to do all of that in a super balanced way. So if that sounds good to you, I'll put those links in there, or you could just put link and I'll give that to you, and I'll see you soon.